All right. Welcome, ladies and gents. File up, file in. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Vicky, Nico, Wendy, Morris, Michelle. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, John.
Hello, hello.
Hello, community.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Good to
Fantastic.
see you.
We're going to kick off while people still filing in. Welcome to it, the monthly AMA AUA here for BTAF token. It is the 6th of November. This year is flying by, but we've got a goodie you can see in the background. Not just old Tuffy and Fluffy, but we've got a whole bunch of friends joining, as you might have seen during the week. Some mysterious, slightly vague. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Little post around what has been happening as per yesterday's post, a little bit more information, and on today's session, we're going to be
Mm.
chatting much more about that whisper drop that is coming in sometime. You never know. It's a whisper drop, right? It happens when it happens. But more details on that in a short while. But first, we'll be kicking off with Marius, who's going to be giving us a market overview, having a quick look at a couple of technical analytical tools and objectives. And then we're going to be chatting with or hearing from Wendy more around the whisper drop, staking updates from Vicky, and then a couple of other announcements. But for now, Marius, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, John. I'm going to get into this really quickly. Okay, let's say if we look at the BTAF token price, it's actually doing very, very well. If you take into account that we started here way back in December or rather October 2022, went and made a low exactly on 16 September. Remember, Bitcoin did that too. And then at that point there, remember, it made 1,000% move. Okay, so I love to see 1,000% move. We all love it. At this point here, we came down at A, B, C, D, E. Now, the reason I show you this is because what happened here is exactly similar to what's going on there. Okay, it's a repeat of the pattern. It's going to repeat for 20 years, for 30 years, and it's always going to go to the upside. Why? Because it is resilient. The BTAF token is resilient against inflation. It beats inflation. It would have actually been better for you to keep your money in BTAF token and in the bank, as per se, because now you can buy more. Remember, all people around the world, what's happening is you keep your money, they're going to lose. And people are realizing this now. The day for cryptos, although there are so many cryptos in the world, it's not over. This is the start of something big. Now, keep in mind what happened here. We bottomed on 30 October 2023. Green signals came on. Look at those. They came on. We bought. It went up. Okay. Now, if you go back here in historical data, we went up 1,000%. From this move there, 1,000% as well. This is actually a little bit more. I'm just going to dumb it down to 1,000%. Easier to talk like that. And the next move, what's coming here now, remember, it went up 1,000, up 1,000. The next move is in the works. And this will actually be a lot more than 1,000%. But let's dumb it down a little bit. You know, the targets that we need to break through, of course, is going to be very important. The 14-cent mark, that level there, I reckon we're going to blast through that. Now, in this chart is something really important. I want to clean this chart up, and then we're going to quickly go and have a look at that. I'm not going to be long, very short on this. All of us here, we're starting to accumulate. We keep our positions. We can actually add more to where we are. Right there at the bottom there, this is where we started coming down. Now, take into account what I'm going to show you here now. There, there. Low, 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 low. What you see here, that pattern there that you see, is exactly what's happening here. But it's going to be, in my opinion, a very large cycle. I worked out basically in this week, and I said, there's two lines here that we need to cross. And those lines actually align exactly with those here. I would want to say that that level there is exactly that top there. We did not have a drop there like what we showed here, but it went up to a secondary top, and then we had that pullback there. I would say that we are sitting there. And the next move here is that we can have an extended pattern, what you see here. You can see it goes up. It makes that formation there. So I reckon we're going to go up here about that 40, 50%. It's going to jump into this pattern here. And then at one point, it's just going to make a vertical move. I do not see this happening until about next year. But if you look at what's happening here right now, we could push out approximately you look at about 150%. Keep in mind that the BTAF token from this bottom has already made 165. Now, also keep in mind, where are the altcoins at the moment? Okay, I want to mention this. Where are the altcoins, guys? The other altcoins are sitting way at the bottom here. The altcoins are bottoming. BTAF token is way ahead of the pack. This is actually a great buy, a great position to add onto your portfolio. And then and we're not going to talk about the higher numbers yet. I want to come down to earth. We have to be realistic. But I believe that we can make about 158% here before we start taking off. That high target there of the 14.5 cent is about 244. All of us here, you've done the training, you've got technical analysis done, you understand it. When the buy signal comes in here, it will come on a little bit later, a week or two. It's just going to go upwards here. These targets here are actually, or those anchors that you see there, is actually really good to see. But what will happen is we are going to have a bit of resistance here. We all have done the training. We know about resistance. Remember, resistance, resistance, resistance. If we break right through this and it comes and settles here, this thing is going to go into targets like what we mentioned here, the V, the extended targets, and we don't want to talk about that yet. I think let's just get through, John, basically from the bottom here, let's get to that target of about 14 cents. You look at about 244. We can accumulate more. I think it's a great position to. I don't think this is a break of market structure. Now, in my report, remember this, I show for those people, Elliott Wave long term, I show the Bitcoin pattern. Remember this now, Bitcoin is going to go sideways downwards. Okay, the altcoins are going to move upwards. The first time in the history of the world. If you can, and you're on this call here today, or you listen to this webinar, make sure you're on the live weekly webinar for long-term and Elliott Wave tomorrow. Over to you, John. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Marius. Again, ladies and gents, we are a utility token, and as the adoption around BTAF token as a DeFi payment solution does increase, and there's plenty more coming in terms of what's being built, so will the value of that go as well. But remember, we're not a security token, and this is just technical analysis on that. But looking forward to what's still to come. Speaking of, I would say, the creature of the moment. Well, I can't already call Wendy a creature, but the lovely lady is going to be telling us more about these other beautiful creatures that are surrounding us. And if you're from Africa, you may well know the big five, but do you know the baby big five? Wendy's going to tell us much more about this incoming sometime. Whisper drop. Wendy, over to you.
Sometime, exactly. Some people call me Mama Bear, so I'll take the bear out of the picture. Okay, I'm going to share a couple slides with you, and let's get a little bit more into detail about the Whisper Drop. Okay, and what's coming, hopefully, to a wallet near you. Okay, here we go. What are we looking at? We're looking at these awful cute little babies. This is the baby big five token. So if you're not familiar with it, we're gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what's coming in this incredible new Whisper Drop that we have coming. Okay, so the baby BFT is what the token ticker is, the BBFT. You will see it often on the different places where you can buy it, the different exchanges and the different platforms as baby BFT. And so we're going to get a little bit into that. What is the baby BFT about? Well, basically, I always like to try and simplify things. So I'm going to just give you it in a nutshell, the little detail about it. The Baby BFT protocol is designed to basically enhance user gaming experience by integrating AI and the metaverse. Okay, so that's basically what it's about and what you're going to be using this token with. I'm going to get a little bit more into detail about it. This is what it looks like on their webpage. So you can go to their webpage if you want to find out more about this incredible token, babybft.com. And you will see the same logo that you're seeing right here, the baby BFT. These are the cutest little cartoon looking animals. These are the big five. Most people, if you're not really familiar with South Africa, it's the big five are the games, the big game animals, and these are the little babies. So you can see the five in the big five, the different ones in South Africa. So that's what it represents. But if you go to this particular website, you'll be able to see where you can join the baby BFT as you're holding these tokens, which again, this is the whole intent of what's behind this Whisper Drop is to help you build your portfolio. So we want you to be able to get some of these free tokens and hold on to them for the long term. And you're going to hopefully see them increase, be a part of these communities, and watch the growth in your tokens over time. That's what it is. So you can buy more here, and we're also going to be able to buy more in the back office of your Bitcoin Trend and Forecast account, where we have a built-in buy button where you can buy more if you like. So do a little bit of research on that. You can also find the BBFT on CoinMarketCap under currencies, and you can search for it under Baby BFT. And I was shocked a little bit and pleasantly surprised that if you go to the most viewed cryptocurrencies in South Africa, you're going to find that they have made it actually they're in the top 15. You can see them right here at number 11. They're almost in the top 10. Okay, so Baby BFT is the 11th one pulled up today, and you can see they're in the green. Okay, so that's also nice to see in this particular market. You can see even in the top 4 coins cryptocurrency, they're all in the retracing stage, but here you go, Baby BFT is up. Okay, so that's a positive that you can do a little bit more research and read up on the details of the project. So let's get a little bit into the Whisper Drop now. How do I get involved, or you get involved in the Whisper Drop? Everybody should know by now that the Whisper Drop is offering a nice hefty bounty. What is a bounty? A bounty is free money. Okay. We're paying you to go out and find us more tokens to drop in our Whisper Drop. So you do all the work. Instead of paying a marketer to go out and find these coins, we're inviting the community to go out and find these coins. And we want to pay you a nice bounty for doing the work for us. It saves us money and it helps you make the money. So we think that our community is the best form of advertising that there is. So how do you get involved? Go to bitcointrendandforecast.com, bitcointaf.com, and you will see on the very front of the web page that we have is this tab called Whisper Drop. You'll click on that. Let's go see what we can find here. So when you find out about the Whisper Drop, there it is again. Okay, I guess I have 2 slides on that. You're going to see here that you're going to find that you're going to go in and see the Whisper Drop. There's lots of different pages there to read up about the Whisper Drop. And you will find that on these pages, there's 3 different areas where you can start an application. What you're going to do in order to get tokens or go talk to the people in the tokens that you want to bring and hopefully Whisper Drop to the community, you're going to introduce them to go find one of these 3 buttons to start their application. That's your job. Get them to the web page, get them to read what is the Whisper Drop all about, how we can market their token to a large community of like-minded people that are all in cryptocurrencies that all want to collect and hold their token. So when they start that application, what that will lead to is an expression of interest form. I've shortened it here for you because I like to simplify. You didn't need to read the whole thing. So it's an expression of interest form that they will fill out on how to be contacted. Then our team, myself, Marius, some of the other partners, and whoever's in the community that we have working on these at the moment, we'll have a private call with them and we'll explain to them about the details of the Whisper Drop, what is included, the marketing, how we set all that up. And once they come in and buy the product, which is in our back office as an actual product, is the Whisper Drop product. Once they buy into the product, then you get your bounty, we get the marketing team paid, we get to go busy, and we start a huge marketing campaign, and we get a whole bunch of tokens to drop to the community. So this is how it works. If you're interested in helping find more of these wonderful tokens. Okay, somebody in our community had a connection to the BBFT and they got the bounty. So it's that person's extremely happy. So, and we're all extremely happy. So it's a win-win for everybody. Now, what you also want to do is you want to get started in how do I get involved in the Whisper Drop? How am I going to participate and how am I going to get some of these great tokens that we're dropping? Under that same tab, you're going to see how to whisper drop. And there is this wonderful little button here that's in white, but I wanted to point it out to you. That's how you get started. This is a complete overview of how the whisper drop works, the member area, how it works. You want to view this video. It will tell you how to connect your MetaMask wallet, how it all works, the different tiers, what's going on. And you're going to see this. Part of it is in here. How do I qualify for the Whisper Drop? Now we have a bunch of different tiers here that you can qualify for. Each tier, as you tier up, is going to give you more of the Whisper Drop tokens. Okay. And all the way up to the tier 4, which is our IPO group. So, in order to be part of that IPO group, you have to be a member of the independent product offering group. And again, that's another product. There's another way to get into that you can read up on. But here is how you can get your free account. Here is how you can buy BTAF tokens. If you need more BTAF tokens to tier up, because they have different criteria and different requirements, but everybody can start off on tier 1. And we're also working on some additional tiers for those people. In the future, we're going to surprise you with that in the coming days. So that's just a little teaser that we're going to have another tier for you. So I'll just keep that under wraps for the moment, and this will move on. So that's my presentation for you. But basically, we're wanting to engage the community, and we want you to be able to also have money to be able to put into the market and to buy more tokens. So this gives you an opportunity to go out and do that marketing. If you're a good marketer, if you're good in sales, if you just want to help the community find some more tokens and do your part. We really appreciate it, and we want to reward you for that. So please make sure. Now, this is a hint for John. I know you're going to go for this. We're not going to tell them when we're going to drop these tokens. Okay. Now, that's why it's called a whisper. You have to be prepared at all times. You have to have your MetaMask wallet hooked up into your back office account, right? Okay. So again, I'm not going to do the spoil here, but the whisper drop for the BBFT is coming, and it's coming very, very soon. Okay. So over to you, John. Thank you for the opportunity to show everybody how they can make some more money and get some more tokens.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wendy. So, yeah, that said, it could be 5 hours from now, could be 25 hours. Who knows? It might even be a little longer. But it is imperative, all of you watching this live and hopefully watching the recording soon as well, that you have connected your MetaMask with your BTAF tokens, whether they're staked still, which we'll cover still, but it's imperative that you do make sure that you are tiered up. All right, you're leveled up. There are various tiers. Go check out the BTAF token product within your subscriptions and connect your MetaMask there under the Whisper Drop button. And as Wendy said, there is a bounty up for grabs, and we've had a number of our community members bring forth products, projects at least, and paid out some bounties. And again, this is one way we're all trying to give back to the community for all of you being so loyal. But as a reminder, always DYOR, do your own research. The team has done plenty of research around this and vetted the projects, but then it's up to you to then decide whether you want to purchase more or sell or keep. Definitely, you want to be able to add more to those bags. All right, DYOR. Wendy, yes, jump in quick.
Just wanted to say really quick that this particular token is on the BSC Smart Chain. So there's no extra things that you have to do for this particular token as well. And just be ready. Okay, that's it.
I can see Wendy's very, very excited about this. Absolutely. Those baby Big Five tokens are on the way. They're still busy drifting over the African savannah and they will drop quietly at some point. But there will be an announcement. I'm sure you guys will get the notifications. But go check out BitcoinTAF BitcoinTAF.com/whisper hyphen drop and go find out more about that. If you want to find out more about bringing projects in, all the information's on that page. Now, speaking about rewards, and making sure that you have enough BTAF tokens. When last did you check those staking contracts? Vicky's going to be telling us more about some of the announcements one of the announcements we made last week, and more information coming up right now.
Exactly. So yeah, speaking about rewards and the BSC chain as well, because Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, the BTAF token is obviously on the BSC chain. Now, there have been a few support tickets coming in about the staking contracts because we have announced on the website and in the channels that they are being turned off. So I wanted to just go over what that means because there's a little bit of confusion. And as you can see on my screen, this is the btaftoken.io staking page. So you go to btaftoken.io and you click up here to get to the staking page. And if you are an IPO member, you do have your own private members group. So you'd be logging in there. It does apply to both staking contracts. So it applies to the IPO members staking contract and also the public one. So if you have looked at this page, or if you haven't looked at this page for a while, there is a new update right here. So it says staking ends on the 31st of October, which was last week, and it did. So what happens is, if you connect your wallet, right here, which mine is connected, but ooh, there's buttons missing. So the staking button is now gone. So the staking button's gone, and on this side, this was the calculation button. So both of those buttons are gone. And if you want more information, there is a read more button just here. So you can click that and it opens up and it tells you all about what I'm going to tell you right now. So if you want to read about it, it's there. So what this means is you can no longer stake into the contract. But that doesn't mean that if you have already staked, that your coins are in jeopardy or anything. So all this means is you can no longer stake new tokens into a new staking contract. But if you have tokens already staked, which I do here, and don't forget that there are 4 previous contracts. So you need to click the button, have a look, because you might have coins left in a really old staking contract like I do. So for instance, this was the very first one that we ever put out. And I'll just refresh what this means here. So right here, this is the date you staked the tokens. This is how many you staked on right here. And then available rewards. So I have a little bit of reward left that I have not claimed here. So over here is you can claim your rewards and unstake your tokens if you haven't. So if you have unstaked your tokens, it will say unstaked. And if you have not unstaked your tokens, it will say stake untokens, unstaked tokens. So right here, for instance, I can unstake this line here, which is not even 1 token, 0.195 of a token. And then I could unstake here, and I could actually claim my rewards here. Now, this is the very old staking contract. This has not been live for years, actually. But some people, including me, still have them in that contract, which is doing nothing for you. So these 3 contracts here are dead, basically. So these have matured. So if you have any in those 3, you can unstake them without penalty and claim your rewards because they're doing absolutely nothing for you. They're not lost, they're not in jeopardy, it's just that they're doing nothing for you right here. Now, this one is the one we're actually talking about. So this is the current staking contract. And depending on when you state, it could still be running. So you have to basically connect your wallet and look here in this column. So this is the date you staked, but right here, if it says anything but 0, it means that the staking contract on that line has not matured. So if you did go to unstake your tokens, you would get penalized. So that's not new. That's been like that since we launched this contract, and the IPO contract is the same. So when you go to unstake your tokens, it must say 0 because it counts down. So from when you stake, it will say 6 months, and then it will count down from 6 months to 0. So if you are going to unstake your tokens, please make sure this column here says 0. If it says anything else but 0, I would encourage you not to unstake because you will get penalized. And it's actually quite a hefty penalty if you unstake early. So make sure if you want to unstake, it says 0 here. Now you can, as usual, claim your tokens at any time. So what this is, sorry, claim your rewards at any time. Apologies. So what that is the rewards that are generating as your tokens are in the contract. You can claim your rewards at any time, which is, again, not new. You've been able to do that the whole time. So for instance, I have one token here that I could claim and 0.48 and et cetera, et cetera. So I can claim those at any time without penalty. And for me, I could unstake my tokens because it says 0. But again, if it says anything but 0 and I go to unstake, I would get penalized. So some of my tokens would be taken away from me and I wouldn't get all of them. So really what's happened is everything is normal. If you already have staked tokens in one or more lines, everything's as usual. You can claim your rewards at any time. You can unstake your tokens, but only really if it says 0. You can unstake, but you'll get penalized if it doesn't say 0. So just watch them count down. And also, if they are in the staking contract, they still are earning rewards if the contract has not matured. So my contracts have matured. My tokens are not earning rewards anymore. It's finished. They're dead contracts. So really, my tokens in this staking contract are not doing me any good. They're just sitting there. They're not lost. They're not in jeopardy, but they're just sitting there doing nothing. But let's just say if this said 30 or 50 or whatever days left, this particular line would still be generating rewards for me. So really, everything is the same except the ability to stake into the contract. So again, you can't do it because there's no stake button. So I hope that's cleared it up a little. Now, there are new staking contracts coming out soon. We don't know the exact date, but of course, we'll keep you updated in the channels and on these calls. So when that does appear, it will just be up here in the next one, and then you will be able to stake back into that one. But I just wanted to clear that up because there were a few support tickets coming in saying, ooh, what's happened to my tokens? Are they not generating rewards anymore? Am I losing them? Can I unstake them? So really everything's the same, except that you can't stake new ones. So I hope that clears it up a little bit. And if you have some questions on that, you can either put it in the Q&A now, or please create a support ticket and we can answer those for you.
Awesome. Fantastic. And that goes the same as well for IPO members as well. Sign in with your Bitcoin TAF and details and check the status of that contract as well that you may well still be in. All right. Of course, all of those tokens that are perhaps still in staking contracts do count towards your tier level, as will be seen once you connect your MetaMask wallet in the BTAF token whisper drop side of things. Now, speaking about extra value, of course, November, we've got still one more, at least for this month, and that is the IPO members special call with Marius and Nico. And that's going to be happening on November the 20th, as usual, 7 a.m. UTC. And I believe the last one in October was amazing with great insights around the market and what's still to come. So definitely for those IPO members, definitely check the channel. Wait for the registration details. Make sure you do it timelessly to make sure that you are allowed into that call. We have to check that. And if you are very interested in finding out more about the IPO members subscription, because you'd like to qualify for tier 4 in the Whisper Drops, and also to get all these other great benefits, do check out the IPO product within the bitcointaf.com store as well. And then more exciting news, some of you should know by now, but bitcointaf.com and BTAF token, representing all the other products within our ecosystem as well, are going to be at the largest crypto convention in the Southern Hemisphere again, and that is going to be in Sydney for the Australian Crypto Convention. And that's happening November 22nd and 23rd. So we're looking forward to meeting a whole bunch of new people as well as catching up with a whole bunch of bitcointaf.com members and subscribers that we've met before and we've been engaging with over the last year and longer. So that's going to be very exciting. Myself, Wendy, and Vicky are going to be there. We're going to be there for the 2 days, and we're looking forward to yeah, mingling with a whole bunch of exchanges and other institutions, and then of course people wanting to learn how to trade, whether it's scalp trade, day trade, long-term trade, and more. So we're going to be there. We're pretty excited for that, and that's just a couple of weeks away. There will be lots of social media posts going out around that during, before, and even after as well. So look out, keep an eye on the channels as we document our experience there and get to meet new people and catch up with old friends as well. So that's pretty exciting. I'm just checking to see if there are any questions. All right. So we have had a few community games. Thanks for the question. Yes, there is going to be a community game probably launching in the next week or so, and then perhaps one in December again. All right. So I know that Wendy is itching to get her hands on the console again and try beat Vicky. And
No, are you kidding me? I'm just doing good to make any point. But I know
yeah.
the community out there tries to beat Vicky. So she's a very strong competitor.
Absolutely. So we'll keep you guys appraised of that. Thank you for that, for the gentleman that asked that question. If there are any other questions, feel free to quickly ask us now. But as per usual, check out btaftoken.io. Check out the FAQ side. All your potential questions should be answered there as well. But otherwise, the BTAF bulletins have the updates every week. And look forward to also seeing this recorded AMA in the next short while. And we'll keep you guys updated around that. But pretty exciting stuff with what's still coming in. Who knows? 25 hours? Who knows when that baby BFT or BBFT whisper drop is going to be happening. Make sure that you are leveled up. And as Wendy said, a reminder, it is on the BNB chain. So if you guys have connected before with the BTAF token whisper drops, you don't have to add another network for the moment. But again, if you haven't added the other one as well, do so. You never know when there might be other ones. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, speaking of, the last AMA AUA for BTAF token will be happening in December. And that is going to be on the 4th of December. And yeah, we'll be posting all the details around that as well. Who knows, there might be more projects that we announced for the Whisper Drop initiative as well. So,
Or not.
Yeah.
Or not. The last draw, by chance, we had some little B tokens and we never even mentioned it. So you may have a surprise when you open up your wallet. So we do whisper them.
We do indeed quietly those susurrations of whisper drops. All right. So, team, if there's anything else you'd like to add quick before we call this a wrap, we good? All right.
Wrap
Fantastic.
away.
All right, ladies and gents, thanks again for joining us. We are the BTAF token team. Make sure that you do check out bitcointaf.com and the IPO member product, as well as that BTAF token whisper drop product. Make sure you are connected and ready for whenever that whisper drop might happen. Until the next call, next time. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you.
Goodbye.